What's happening, guys? Victor here with another brand new video, and yes, this is my third one of the night. It's definitely going to be my last one because there's another matchup that I've got to talk about that has not been announced yet. I know it's going to be announced in the near future. There's this fighter who is very, very well known in the Chechnya region of Russia, and he's currently representing Sweden right now. If you guys know the fighter I'm talking about, it's Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev has been out for a while now because he was supposed to fight Leon Edwards, but the fight was canceled multiple times because of different reasons. Obviously, Khamzat did get COVID-19, and it did hit him brutally, and it hit him very, very hard. And he was trying to train. He was trying to train while on these antibiotics. He was coughing blood. It was a very bad situation. He announced his retirement from the sport. Then he announced that he was back. Kind of reminded me of Conor McGregor a little bit, but it is what it is. Khamzat Chimaev is back, and he's going to be back this summer. Who is Khamzat Chimaev going to fight? There's a certain individual in the welterweight division, because if we all know Khamzat, he likes to fight in the welterweight division and also in the middleweight division, and he's been dominant in both those divisions. He literally fought 3 times within a month in 2020, and he won all those fights dominantly, which is absolutely insane. But there's no one out there, there's no one yet that has been able to rival Khamzat Chimaev. No one out there has been able to give him the challenge that he's been longing for. Khamzat Chimaev is an individual who will take on all challengers. He said he will fight 3 guys in one night if he has to, at the same time. There's only one guy that's been calling out Khamzat Chimaev multiple times. One guy out there, one fighter in the welterweight division that has called him out multiple times. Didn't get the fight, won his fight a couple weeks ago against Jeff Neal, and called him out again. He called them out again. He didn't ask for someone that's highly ranked or has a ranking that's higher than his. He asked for Khamzat Chimaev because he knows that Khamzat Chimaev is the money fight. He knows that Khamzat Chimaev is a fan favorite within the UFC, within of all the mixed martial arts, within Sweden, within Russia, within all these different places, all around the world, worldwide. He called that Khamzat Chimaev. Neil Magny is the man that has been calling him out for months. I think he's been calling him out for about a whole entire year now. That is the fight that has to go down. Khamzat Chimaev said he's down for July. He wants to fight in July. Let's make this fight happen. Not in July, but in August. Let's make this fight happen in August because July is coming around the corner really, really soon. We're almost in June, which means we're going to be a month away from July, which means that fight would happen way too soon. Khamzat, being the individual that he is, he probably would take the fight on a week's notice if he'd have to. Neil Magny, not so much. He's not that type of individual. He's not the type of individual to take these fights on a couple weeks' notice or on a week's notice. He's not the type of individual to fight 2 times in 2 weeks. No, that's Khamzat. Khamzat can definitely do that. Neil Magny, I don't think so. But these 2 individuals are destined to fight. It has to go down. Khamzat Chimaev has to fight an individual that is ranked in the top 10 of the UFC in either the middleweight or the welterweight division. If you ask me, I like him better at the middleweight division just because he cuts a little bit less weight, which means he's going to have more power. He's going to have more energy coming into his fights, but he wants to fight at welterweight. And I believe the UFC is definitely going to grant him that wish, and they're going to give him Neil Magny for this summer, but it's going to be towards the end of summer, so I'm thinking August, if not September at the max. And it's going to be a very exciting match because Neil Magny is a fighter that a lot of people like to overlook. A lot of people, including myself, thought that he was going to lose or get KO'd against Jeff Neal, but he ended up winning that fight via unanimous decision and surprised the world yet again. He surprised a lot of people, but when he's up against a higher upper echelon guy such as a Michael Chiesa or such as a Santiago Ponzinibbio, who was highly ranked at the time before going on this huge hiatus and getting his ranking taken away from him, he tends to choke. He tends to end up losing these fights either by being finished or by a very large margin. Obviously, when he faced another grappler slash jiu-jitsu prospect slash great fighter in Michael Chiesa, it was just the pressure and the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling all together that was able to really smother him throughout the whole entire fight. He did very well on the feet, but whenever the fight got taken to the ground, whenever they were grappling, and Neil Magny is another good wrestler as well, But the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu, which was a great combination for Chiesa, was able to overwhelm Neil Magny. And when they were on the ground, the shoulder pressure that Michael Chiesa was able to put on Neil Magny, he literally had his shoulder on his throat, and it's just smothering Neil Magny the whole entire time. And Neil could barely catch a break. He could barely get up. He was able to get a reversal at one point and put Chiesa in a very uncomfortable position, but the rest of the fight was all Chiesa. And Chiesa is another grappler, is another jiu-jitsu guy, just like Neil Magny. And if you're going to put him against Khamzat Chimaev, who's a hungrier fighter than Michael Chiesa, who's a stronger fighter than Michael Chiesa, and who has more of a burning fire within his spirit than Michael Chiesa, then I don't think that Neil Magny's going to win. I don't think he's going to get Khamzat down to the ground at all. I think Khamzat is going to wrestle him, get him down to the ground, and just absolutely smash him the way that Khabib does with a lot of his opponents. I think that Khamzat, if he doesn't wrestle with him and get him to the ground, I think he's going to overwhelm him with his striking, because Khamzat, we had that conception that Khamzat is only a good wrestler, that he's only a good grappler, that he doesn't have any power, that he can barely box, that he doesn't have any of that. But then when he went up against Jordan Mershot, who is an ace when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he kept it on the ground. He pressured him right off the bat and was able to get the TKO finish or the KO finish. And it was a one shot. It was a one shot that knocked him out. Got the KO finish and cemented himself as a true mixed martial artist, as a complete mixed martial artist, as an all-around mixed martial artist. And he has a huge following. The whole world wants to know more of Khamzat Chimaev. I just saw him have an interview with Darren Till. Both those guys want to fight each other in a pretty jokingly way. But that's a fight that can possibly happen in the future in the middleweight division, no matter what division he wants to be in. But I feel like his future is going to be at welterweight for the near future, for the upcoming future as well. And I think he's going to do great. I think he's going to get that win against Neil Magny. I believe that fight's going to happen most likely in August, if not September at the max. And I believe that he can be able to get the win. And after that, I believe that he's going to face a top 6 guy in the welterweight division. And like I said, it's a shame that he wasn't able to face Leon Edwards, because we all thought that Khamzat was going to face Usman by probably October of this year from the pace that he was fighting at. But obviously things slowed down dramatically, but he will be back in the year 2021. He will get at least 1 or 2 victories, and he will put himself back into that welterweight conversation and possibly getting a championship fight against Usman if Usman is still in the division at that time, because there are rumors that Kamaru Usman will be going up to the middleweight division just because he's pretty much wiped out the whole entire welterweight division, minus Khamzat Chimaev, but he still needs to work his way up there before any of that even happens, but we'll see what happens. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I believe that this is definitely 100% going to be the next fight for Khamzat Chimaev. Neil Magny is the only one that's calling him out. No one else wants a piece of Khamzat Chimaev, so that fight definitely has to be made. The UFC is going to make it in the near future. It's most likely going to happen. I say 100% it's going to happen in September, and when I mean in September is also the month that the UFC usually has their pay-per-views in Abu Dhabi, so it's going to happen in September, and I predict it's going to happen in Abu Dhabi, in the Etihad Arena, which is absolutely a thing of beauty. So if you guys believe that it's going to happen, then comment below. If not, comment who do you think Khamzat Chimaev is going to fight next, because I believe it's going to be Neil Magny. If not Neil Magny, maybe Michael Chiesa. We have no idea who he's going to fight next, but I believe that he's going to fight Neil Magny. If not, guys, if you guys think I'm wrong, if you agree with me, comment down in the comment section. Who is Khamzat Chimaev going to fight? It's going to be Khabib's brother, for crying out loud. Khabib and his whole entire team's had a good amount of beef with Khamzat lately, so maybe a fight between one of Eagle MMA's representatives against Khamzat Chimaev is going to happen. An all-Russian affair in the near future. I have no idea. If you guys think that might happen, let me know in the comment section. Just say something in the comment section, guys, because I love the conversations that go on in the comment section, because the MMA community is very tight-knit and is only growing, and more people are starting to learn more. But Khamzat Chimaev is a name that everybody should know, because he is most likely the future of mixed martial arts, and he's going to take that Khabib throne when it comes to dominance with his performances. So appreciate you guys for watching this video once again. Stay blessed, and enjoy the rest of your week, because I probably won't put another video out until next week. But like I said, stay safe, stay blessed. We're almost out of this pandemic here in the United States. Also praying for all the people out there in India and all these different countries that are dealing with the pandemic extremely hard right now. You guys are going to get through it no matter what. And we're going to be back in there watching mixed martial art fights all together as a whole community. So later, guys.